Now, the 30 major causes of failure, I have dealt with them also in the other previous videos of mine. So if you want to know the 30 causes of failure, they are not all in one video, just like this video that you're going to go through now. They are broken in segments. So 30 major causes of failure. Number one, unfavorable environmental influence during childhood. Unfavorable environmental influence during childhood. Now, you have to discover that most criminal tendencies exhibited by people right now, it's deeply because of their environmental influence. When you come out from a neighborhood that has high rate of crimes, you will discover that if a child grows in that particular environment, it will definitely affect the child. That is why you who is watching this video right now, whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are in Kenya, whether you are in whatsoever part of the world, UK, Canada, if you discover that the part of environment where you are living, it's not good, please change. If not for anything, but because of your children. Because your children will definitely pick up with the habits that they see within the environment. Let me tell you something. Paradigm really affects all of us human beings. When you stay around the poor, you become poor. When you stay around the rich, you become rich. The poor people who later became rich, the poor people who lived in a poor environment who later became rich, they didn't live there all through their life. They didn't live in a poor environment all through their life. No. They were poor, living in a poor, high-rated crime environment, but something happened. Maybe through a movie they watched or through an exposition, they came to discover that, oh wow, oh, there is an environment that is even more better than where I am today. So they challenged themselves. They now relocated. They started looking for mentors that would show them the way. So they relocated from that unfavorable environment. You have to move away from an unfavorable environment to a favorable environment. An unfavorable environment is an environment that depreciates your growth, that makes you not to have the ability to move, that no matter how you walk, you will be stunted. Let me tell you, a good seed planted in a bad soil will have a good seed planted in a bad soil or a soil that is not conducive for the seed. That seed, several things might happen. The seed might not even germinate to sprout, to even come out from the ground. Or that seed may come out, but it may have what we call a stunted growth. Can I tell you something? When you plant a leaf, a tree, a yam, whatsoever, you know that there is, for those of us, for those of you who are farming, when you plant a yam and chook a stick, mount a stick, that leaf will definitely start coiling the stick. And how that stick bends is how that leaf will bend. How your environment is bent, that is how your children will bend. If you are hearing me right now, you're watching this YouTube video, you'd have to tell yourself that, no, this environment right now does not help in congruency in making me to become whom I should become. One of the next best necessary things you must do is to change that environment. Yes, you heard me, change the environment. It may be tough. It may be really tough. But if you decide to change that environment, you will definitely see the growth. Unfavorable environmental influence during childhood. You can see it. For those of you who are divorced today, you can tell that some of the traits of the divorce you had in your marriage right now is simply because you came out in an environment, your parents were divorced or they were separated. You either saw your father hitting your mother always, beating her up always. So you as a man, you came and saw that, even if that attitude of your father wasn't good, but because that was the environment you grew up with, you learned it. It came into your subconscious mind. Inherently, when you now got married to your own wife, you loved her so much, but you discovered that that trait exhibited by your father, because you picked it up when you were coming up, you discover that you now become a wife beater. You start beating your wife up and down. If you are a woman, you stayed around the environment where they were doing so many hookups, they were doing so many there were so many prostitutional tendencies, both professional and local way. You now got married, cheating never left you. You are with your husband or you are with your man, but you still have this tendency, you want to go around different men, you want to test different things. These are what we call unfavorable environmental influences during your childhood. The things you picked up during your childhood ends up influencing your adulthood. If you don't change it today, see, if you don't change this thing today, it will affect your life in a way that, see, do you know one thing? You might tell yourself, no, don't worry, don't bother yourself. I know myself that people cannot influence me. Yes, nobody physically influences you. They don't, as a matter of fact, nobody comes to influence you. What they comes to influence is your subconscious mind. And when they are able to get your subconscious mind, they get your life. And they got it during your childhood. Unfavorable environmental influences during your childhood. You saw people who were smoking. You thought that that's how life is, that every adult must smoke. So when you now became an adult, you started smoking. No wonder you cannot be able to leave that habit of smoking, that habit of stealing, because this is what you saw. What you see consistently determines what you act existentially. You keep acting attitude, characters that are deformed. You want to change right now, but you seem not to be able to change simply because this has been ingrained in your subconscious mind. So you are only acting out. That is why you see some people who are exhibiting some criminal tendencies or some unfavorable habits that are not good. Now, this is what happens. For you to change them, experts do give this advice that you should take them away from that environment where they grew up from. When you take them away from that environment and let them start seeing new environment, it tends to erase the former memory of what they knew that made them the way they were. So one way is to change your environment. If the environment you are now, right now, is bad, change it. Don't allow anybody to tell you any other thing. Change it. Relocate. Relocate. You are not a tree. You are a human being, for crying out loud. We humans are generally wired in a way that we can move, we can change, we can take steps. So you are not planted in that environment. No, but your root is not there. Change your environment so that you can get a favorable environmental influence that will definitely affect the rest of your life. Number 2, procrastination. Wow. Procrastination. This is the thief of destiny. The thief of destiny. Procrastination. How many of you watching me right now have had so many things that we had in our mind that we want to do? Absolutely good, but you've not done it. Even you now, maybe you're watching me, you said that you were going to have your own YouTube channel back in 2024. You did not do it. You said you were going to start 2020. You didn't do it. 2021, you didn't do it. 2025, you didn't do it. Now we are in 2026. You have not started. During 2025, when they were doing Happy New Year to cross over to 2026, you made a New Year resolution that from first that you are going to start up that particular adventure in your mind, whether it's a YouTube channel, content creation, whatsoever. You told yourself strictly that you're going to start. You told yourself that you're going to start your weight loss activities so that you start getting back to shape. Have you started? No. This is what the devil helps you to do. This is what the devil does. He won't tell you that what you're going for is bad. Obviously, he won't do that. He will tell you that what you're going for is very good, is very nice, but that you should wait a little moment. And this is what happens. Our brain is generally wired to keep us safe. So no wonder our brain wires us to stay in our comfort zone. So what happens is that your brain tells you to wait a little. You are scared of the unknown. You are scared. You don't know what's going to happen. So you want to wait for the right time for you to start. But can I tell you something? There is no right time in any day. Start right now. As a matter of fact, you may not even need to end this particular video. You may even need to end this particular video right now without going to the third one. Stop right now. If this is the only thing you learned, that procrastination is the thief of your destiny, end this video right now. Don't go for the number 3. End this video right now. Tell yourself that I am going to start that thing I told myself that I was going to start. You've postponed it for the past 20 years of your life. And let me tell you, when you keep postponing things, you keep postponing your life. You keep postponing the ability for you to experience the good, joyful moments of life. You have to learn this today. The greatest desires of your life is at the back end of your fears. You have to decide today that all you've procrastinated in the past, you are going to start them right now, just like me doing this YouTube video. There was a time I was telling myself that I was going to start YouTube video. Did I start? I didn't do it, but I kept on. But one day came and I told myself that I watched a video like this, and the person had to, in my previous video, go and I said it that this was one of my major problems. In the book of Think and Grow Rich that I have in my house, in my library, I tick this one because it's one of my major problems also as a fault. I keep postponing things. I keep telling myself that I'm going to do it later. But you end up discovering that you don't do it. You don't do it. It's not because you don't want to do it, but you're waiting for the right time to start doing what you know is going to change the trajectory of your life. But you forgot one thing, that as you're postponing things, life is going. Sooner than later, you think you're a young man or a young woman today, a time will come when the strength you have now, you will not have them at later point of your life. When you don't pursue up with your purpose, your visions, your goals, as time goes on, the passion begins to wane, they begin to fall off. Later, you start explaining to your children or to whoever cares to listen to you. I remember there was a time I wanted to apply in the school of MIT. I just felt like I couldn't be admitted. So I told myself that I was going to apply next time. There was a time I told myself that I'm going to travel to this so country in order for me to go for this course. But I didn't do it. I said I was going to do it. You were just waiting for the right time, telling yourself that you will start later. There is never a right time. Get it? There is never a right time. Today is your day of redemption. All spirit and forms of procrastination in your life ends right now. Not tomorrow. Not I'm going to do it tomorrow. Today, I'm speaking with all vigor because I know how damaging. It's silent. I know how damaging this can be. It's silent. It's silent. It creeps into your life silently. Procrastination, whoa! It will steal all you have. In fact, if this is the only thing you have in your life as a fault, it has a tendency to bring down a building if you don't change. Number 3, which is lack of persistence. Lack of persistence. Lack of persistence. Let me tell you something. Every man who decides he wants to be successful in this life will encounter failures. Most of us are good starters in whatever ventures we want to do. We are so hyped. We want to do it. But immediately we start, when we see an unfavorable circumstance on our way, we tend to give up easily. I did it. I'm not here to come and teach you what I haven't passed through. But I changed. The day I read the book, Think and Grow Rich, I changed. I started my YouTube channel some years ago. And something happened. For one whole year, I did not post YouTube video. I told myself that now, couple up with this procrastination, I told myself that I'm going to start next month. Next month came. I told myself I'm going to start the next upper month. Next upper month came. The funny part is that next month will always arrive. So when we meet with obstacles, we tend to give up easily. Don't give up. Don't. Yes. I know you have this $1 billion goal in your mind. Who thought if it was easy, everybody would have achieved it? That is why you see that the ground floor is crowded, the top is empty. Wealthy people do feel lonely because they don't have so many wealthy people at the top. Going to that portion of life you desire, you would have to meet so many obstacles, but you'd have to be like the ants. When they reach the mountain and try to pass and they can't pass, the next thing the ants do, is to walk around. Improvise. Improvise. Tell yourself that I'm not going to stop at the first hit. Persistency wins this game. When you want to hammer a rock, you keep hitting. It is not the first one that you hammer that stops, that will break the rock or crack the rock. You keep cracking, hitting. Maybe at 50 something, you might crack the rock, but it hasn't really shown externally. But there comes a time when at the 100 hitting of that hammer the hammer to the nail or whatever, you discover that the wall cracks up when you hit it to the chisel. It breaks up because you've been trying, you did not stop. There is this Chinese bamboo tree that when you plant it, I think it's Les Brown that taught me about that Chinese bamboo tree. You plant it now. When you plant it, in the next several months, that bamboo will not sprout. It will not come out. It will just look as if nothing is happening. You keep watering, just like you who is doing YouTube videos. You keep watering, you keep learning new content, you keep learning thumbnails, you keep doing this, you keep changing, transforming your life, knowing how to transform your YouTube videos or your business venture. And it seems like nothing is moving. It seems like nothing is changing. Things are changing, but they are happening internally, underground. You can't see them immediately. But there comes a time when one thing happens and it seems everything is now all right. The rock cracks, your YouTube video goes viral. People now know you. Your song as a musician goes viral. But you've been singing for years. Nobody knew you then. But is this particular song? You think it's that particular song that blew you up? No, it's those underground jobs that you've been doing. So you have to learn this. For you to come up from obscurity, you need to keep on being persistent. From obscurity to your limelight, between your obscurity is what we call persistence. Between your obscurity to your limelight, the middle of it is your persistence. You will meet challenges. You will meet challenges. Your father died, or your mother died, your loved one died, the person you didn't expect to die just died suddenly. You were suddenly laid off from your job. You were building this business at the side, and you were going to your daily job. You didn't know that they will lay you off. Laying you off meant you didn't have any backup plan. Your business that you were building started suffering. Challenges will come. Nobody told you these challenges won't come. They will come. But what keeps you as a master of your faith is the ability to keep persisting even when all else fails. 30 major causes of failure. Number one, I say unfavorable environmental influences during your childhood. Number two, I say procrastination. And number three, I say lack of persistence. You must learn today that any one of all this one, all what you've learned today, anyone you think is what you're lacking, tick it off. Start working on it. When you change yourself, which you are the cause, the effect will definitely change. You won't have to go and force the physical environment to change. When you change yourself, your life will change. Please, I'd like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is one of the basic ways to support what we are doing. If you've learned something today, you didn't pay any money for, you didn't pay any fee. But one of the basic things you can do is just to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell icon so that whenever my videos come out, you'll be the first to know about it. And also, if you have any question to ask me, go down to the comment section, ask me the question, and within 1 hour, I will answer you. I will call your name and I will answer you very, very well the way you want. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Thank you, all my viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.